Next, we're going to look at Georgetown versus Notre Dame. When we look at Notre Dame, they're going to feature Will Lynch. He does a great job of staying over the ball in an athletic stance. Whether he wins the clamp or loses it, he's in a spot either to exit or immediately get to a counter, and he's super scrappy. He's going against former teammate in high school, James Ball from Chaminade. James Ball super light on his hands, gets over the ball really well, drops to a knee for a counter and gets really low. These guys are very familiar with each other, so it'll be an awesome matchup to see. Here we're going to see Will Lynch, how he extends and gets over the ball really, really well, stays in the athletic stance, and uses a rollout exit. He oftentimes, if he gets this, he'll either drag around his opponent off the first initial clamp, or he'll throw back to this rollout exit. He does a great job running into space and getting through on ground balls, so he uses this exit a lot. On this face-off, Lynch wisely uses the open wing. Notre Dame is quickly to spark offense. They run out of time, but nearly gets a goal in 7 seconds from a win defensive. On this draw, we're going to see how Lynch counters, gets to that shovel, and then he keeps running through his ground balls, and he is also very savvy with these plays, finds the open wing, knowing that he's going towards that out of bounds line. He's awesome on these counters, and if he gets in these 50-50s, he always seems to get them going his way. Taking a look at James Ball in his first round matchup versus Penn State, we're going to see a rotation where he does a great job keeping top rail pressure and throws it over that back shoulder, almost an extended rollout exit to his wing, who's able to come in and catch it. On this face-off, we're going to see a cool angle of the clamp, nice tight shot. James gets over it, he pinches to avoid that counter and throws it out forward to win an uncontested face-off going up front. Here, James is going to win the clamp, go between his legs to avoid any counters, and get the ground ball and continue back to his defense. Much like the last draw, James is going to win this with a rollout, not between the legs this time. If he meets his opponent for a little bit, has to go through pressure, look for him to get to this exit a little bit safer as opposed to trying to go forward after you meet contact. Last game of the weekend is going to feature Johns Hopkins versus Virginia. Both these teams are going to use two face-off guys. UVA is going to go with Colucci and Gabriel. Hopkins will counter with Callahan and Tyler Dunn. Looking at Logan, he's a clamp guy, great in rotations, really solid at that defensive exit. Tyler Dunn mixes it up and super scrappy. That's very similar to Colucci. Gabriel's more of a clamp guy, but we'll throw in that reverse shovel. Wing play going to be super important in this quarterfinal matchup. Taking a look at Gabriel, we're going to see he's a little on his heels, but does a great job with that first punch getting over the ball here, and then we'll get to his rollout exits. If he gets over it quick and he just waits on his heels, that's where he's going to try to exit to. Face off, we're going to see Gabriel get to that reverse shovel, keeps a nice athletic stance, and really rips through to that open wing they have during the face-off. He does a great job with his counter in rotations as well, but will often just throw it initially after the whistle. During this face-off, we're going to see Colucci win the clamp, drag back to himself, and avoid pressure. Really good with the ball, definitely dangerous in transition. Here on this face-off, we're going to see Colucci go to a sweep, and then he's going to go right to that shovel. He's going to win the ground ball and push some transition. On this face-off, we're going to see Logan Callahan get over top of the ball, get into a rotation. He's as good as anyone in the country is at this. Draws a hold and gets the win for Hopkins. We have Tyler Dunn. He's super quick hands, super quick feet. Gets this clamp and then throws it to space. He does not waste much time in there, and he gets that exit quickly. This face-off, tied game late in the fourth. Tyler goes immediately to that counter. He does a great job locating these ground balls when they're in these 50-50 situations after a counter, and he wins it to himself.